Katie Page needed a change, a fresh start. She had spent years in the same place, feeling stuck and yearning for something more. She left behind the familiar, landing in Colorado with a mix of excitement and trepidation. The city was new, the faces unfamiliar, but the possibilities seemed endless. The mountains offered a sense of peace, but loneliness echoed in her small apartment. The silence was both a comfort and a reminder of her solitude. Days turned into weeks, filled with the routines of her new job. She immersed herself in work, trying to find a rhythm in her new life. Katie longed for a sense of purpose, a connection that seemed just out of reach. She often found herself staring into the distance, wondering what was missing. One evening, an email arrived from her church. It was unexpected, a small beacon of hope in her inbox. It spoke of a need, a call for foster parents. The words seemed to leap off the screen, resonating deeply within her. Katie scrolled through the message, her heart pounding. Could this be the answer she had been searching for? Could this be the answer to her quiet prayers? The thought of making a difference filled her with a cautious hope. Images of children in need flashed through her mind. She saw their faces, their smiles, and felt a tug at her heart. Doubt whispered, "Are you ready for this?" The responsibility seemed immense, and she questioned her readiness. But a stronger voice urged her forward. It was a call she couldn't ignore, a chance to find the purpose she had been longing for. Katie spent the next few days researching, her mind buzzing with questions and possibilities. She read stories of other foster parents, their challenges and their triumphs. She learned about the foster care system, the challenges, and the rewards. The more she read, the more she felt drawn to this path. She imagined tiny hands in hers, a child's laughter filling her home. The vision was both beautiful and daunting. Fear lingered, but it was eclipsed by a growing sense of determination. She knew that this was something she had to do. Katie knew she couldn't ignore this calling. It was a chance to make a real difference, to change not just her life, but the life of a child. This was her chance to make a difference, to open her heart and her home to a child in need. She felt a sense of resolve she hadn't felt in years. With a deep breath and a leap of faith, she decided to take the first step. It was a moment of courage, a decision that would shape her future. She filled out the application, her hand trembling slightly as she hit the submit button. It was a small action, but it felt monumental. A wave of peace washed over her. She knew she had made the right choice. She had taken the first step on a journey into the unknown, a journey that promised to change her life forever. The future was uncertain, but for the first time in a long while, Katie felt truly hopeful. The weeks that followed were a blur of paperwork, background checks, and training sessions. Each day seemed to blend into the next, a whirlwind of activity and preparation. Katie approached each task with meticulous care, her excitement building with every hurdle cleared. She knew that every form filled, every background check completed, and every training session attended brought her one step closer to her dream. Her small apartment, once a sanctuary of solitude, was transformed. It was no longer just her space, it was becoming a home ready to welcome a new life. She carefully arranged a crib in the corner, its cheerful mobile promising comfort and joy. The nursery corner, with its soft colors and gentle decorations, became a symbol of the new beginning she was eagerly anticipating. Toys, donated by friends and family, filled the shelves, each one a symbol of hope and possibility. Every stuffed animal and colorful rattle represented the love and support of those around her. Katie anxiously awaited the call, her phone becoming an extension of herself. She carried it everywhere, unable to focus on anything else, her mind constantly drifting to the moment she would finally hear the news. She jumped at every ring, her heart pounding with anticipation. Finally, the call came. Her hands trembled as she answered, her breath catching in her throat. A social worker's voice, warm and reassuring, informed her about a baby boy needing a home. Grayson. The name echoed in her mind, filling her with a sense of purpose. He was just a few days old, born prematurely, and facing an uncertain future. The details of his early struggles tugged at her heartstrings. Tears welled up in Katie's eyes as she listened to Grayson's story. The emotions were overwhelming, a mix of sorrow for his struggles and joy for the chance to be there for him. He was so small, so vulnerable. She didn't hesitate. Her resolve solidified in that moment. "Yes," she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. "I'll take him. I'll be his mom." The words felt both monumental and natural. The following day, Katie arrived at the hospital, her arms aching to hold this little soul entrusted to her care. The anticipation was almost unbearable. As she entered the neonatal intensive care unit, the air thick with the hum of machines and the scent of antiseptic, a wave of apprehension washed over her. Then she saw him. Her heart swelled with a mix of fear and love. Grayson lay nestled in an incubator, his tiny chest rising and falling with each labored breath. The sight was both heartbreaking and hopeful. Wires and tubes snaked around his fragile body, a stark reminder of the challenges he faced. Yet, there was a strength in his small form that inspired her. But as Katie peered through the plastic dome, their eyes met. In that brief moment, a connection was forged. In that instant, something shifted within her. The weight of responsibility was replaced by a profound sense of love and commitment. Fear gave way to an overwhelming surge of love. She knew, without a doubt, that she was meant to be there for him. This tiny, fragile being was hers, and she would move mountains to protect him. Her journey had just begun, but she was ready for whatever lay ahead. Life with Grayson was a whirlwind of feedings, diaper changes, and doctor's appointments. Every day brought new challenges and new routines to master. The days were long, often filled with worry and uncertainty, as Katie navigated the complexities of caring for a newborn. But Katie embraced every moment, cherishing the precious bond that grew stronger with each passing day. She found joy in the small victories and treasured the quiet moments of connection. Grayson, despite his difficult start in life, was a fighter. His resilience was evident in every determined expression and every tiny grip of Katie's finger. He clung to Katie with a strength that belied his tiny size, his presence a constant reminder of the power of love and care. His big brown eyes reflecting a wisdom beyond his years, as if he understood the journey they were on together. As the weeks turned into months, Grayson thrived under Katie's loving care. Their bond deepened, and their days were filled with laughter and play. His laughter filled their small apartment, bringing light and joy to every corner of their home. His infectious smile erasing any lingering doubts she may have had about her ability to be a good foster mom. Katie realized she wasn't just surviving as a foster mom, she was flourishing. She found a new sense of purpose and fulfillment in caring for Grayson. The emptiness she'd felt upon arriving in Colorado was gone, replaced by a sense of belonging and love. Replaced by a love so profound it took her breath away. She felt a deep connection to Grayson, one that she knew would last a lifetime. One evening, while rocking Grayson to sleep, Katie received a call from the foster agency. Her heart raced as she listened to the social worker's words. They had another child in need of a loving home. The news was both exciting and daunting. This time, it was a baby girl, just a few days old. Her name was Hannah. Katie's heart swelled with emotion at the thought of welcoming another child. The social worker explained that Hannah's case was similar to Grayson's. She needed the same love and care that Katie had given Grayson. She was born prematurely and needed a stable, nurturing environment to thrive. Katie knew the challenges that lay ahead. Katie listened intently, her heart filled with compassion for this little one. She felt a deep sense of responsibility and readiness. She knew that taking in another child would be challenging, but she also knew it was the right thing to do. The thought of Hannah facing the world alone was unbearable. Katie couldn't imagine not stepping in to help. Without hesitation, Katie opened her heart and her home once more. She prepared to welcome Hannah with the same love and dedication she had given Grayson. She knew that Grayson, despite his young age, would welcome his new foster sister with open arms. Their family was growing, and so was the love that bound them together.